Allie, you have a lot of variety in artists and their various media, and I see Susan has colored pencils.
Well, what I'm working with actually, these are colored pencils, and I have quite a few of them, probably about 650 or more than that. These are pastel pencils. I'm working with pastel right now on a sanded paper, and I'm working actually from photographs, so it's a little more difficult. And I've had to go to the pencils because of the size of the faces on this one. I usually work a little bit larger, but...
Looks like you've got a lot of faces, so you do commission work? I do a lot of commission work, and mostly what I do are children and babies. You'll see a lot of those. And I like to work with colored pencil because I can get a little more detail, but I do work in charcoal and pastel also. You don't work with live children? No, it's a little difficult because they wouldn't pose for more than 2 seconds. I prefer to take my own photographs, but if people have a photograph that is clear enough, I'll work from that. And this space, like so many of the other studios, is, I would imagine, perfect with this much light. Oh, this is great. This works perfectly, especially when I'm working at my desk because I have the natural light over my shoulders. You know, it's wonderful. Your work's beautiful. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. How did you get to the box factory? I had moved to this area from Washington State, and I kept looking for a space, and I came in to visit one day and to join the Berrien Artists Guild, and they said, well, we are thinking of building studios in this building. And I thought, oh, you've got a great imagination, because it didn't look anything close to this. And so I kind of kept that in mind and kept checking, and when they started building the studios, I put my name on the list and was able to be one of the first to get a studio here. So I'm really appreciative. This is great space. Thanks for showing us your studio. Oh, you're welcome. Hello, Robin. Hi. How are you? Great, how are you? Good. Good. I can't tell what you do here. It looks like there's just a lot going on. Yep, there is. I have my graphic design business on this side of the room, and the rest of the space is devoted to a gallery of my watercolor painting. So you do logos and things like that? I do a lot of logo design for local businesses. I do trade show graphics, a lot of newsletters, brochures, catalogs, and books. Anything in print, and then I also paint. So. Looks like a lot of landscapes and still lifes. A lot of nature-related topics. I like that type of thing. So we've got lots of leaves and pumpkins and birds and all kinds of the nature-related things. So yeah. How does this location, being in the box factory, influence the graphic design business? It's a really good location for just inspiration. It's a great group of people to be around. We've got a lot of foot traffic in here. I think it brings people here to the box to see the galleries and the exhibits. It's been a really good move for me. I've been here about a year. And how much does the wine that is lined up on the bookshelf influence the graphic design business? I do a lot of wine labels for some local vineyards, and those are some of the works that I've done. And wine label, that is a big, that's a huge it is. It's area. A really, really great area, and it's fun to do, and there's a lot of creative people out there. These wineries are doing wonderful work. And so are you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. John Owen, I've known you for years as a photographer, but it looks like you have a lot more than just photography here in your studio. Well, when I sold my studio in Portage by Kalamazoo and moved over here, I was looking for something to do. So I had an opportunity to rent a space here at the Box Factory. I think we have about 38 of these similar sized studios. And my original intent was to just do occasional portraiture because I was a portrait photographer in Kalamazoo, or Portage. But some of the artists found out that I was here and they wanted to know if I could photograph their work and then make reproductions for them. And I have the equipment to do that, and so that actually has been the bulk of what I've been doing. And that's very important for an artist to have their work photographed professionally. Well, otherwise they'd have to take it to Grand Rapids or Chicago or some of the places that specialize in this type of work. And what they like about our service is that they do not have to package it and send it out and insure it. I can give them a proof within a day,
And so they have a hands-on involvement in it rather than just sending it off and then receiving it without any type of input.
And then are they making prints from those photographs?
No, I make the prints for them. Yeah, the first step is to photograph their work, and I have a setup in here that I've fine-tuned so that I'm able to get good quality reproduction. And then once they approve the proof, then I go ahead and make the limited editions for them, and I have 2 wide format Epson printers, Ziclay printers, and I'm able to make their work for them. So.
It's a great inspiration for your art, but also obviously great inspiration for the name of your studio.
Mm-hmm. Well, we fell in love with Italy, and so when we got this location, it was a gray wall. It didn't have the overhang on it at all, and so I decided to render it as a little Italian studio, if you will. And so I made the simulated Italian tiles, ceramic tiles, and we put some ivy on the wall and sponge painted the surface and changed the color scheme a little bit both inside and out. And we created a little Italian store.
Bueno.
If you use your imagination. And so we needed a title for it, so we simply called it the Tuscan Light.
Beautiful, beautiful studio, beautiful work. Mm-hmm. Thanks, John.
You betcha.
All right.
Thank you.
Allie, I would imagine that every time you visit, you're going to see something different at this beautiful artist collective.
Well, there'll be different artists in the building at the time because some are night owls, some are morning owls, so there are different people in the building, different art every 6 weeks, so you'll find something new at the box.
And with the senior PGA here in St. Joseph, you've got a great exhibit on the history of the senior PGA with some beautiful watercolors and some historical paintings too.
I love these paintings. These paintings are by Steve Lotus. He is a dentist in Chicago, and he paints golf courses with watercolor. They're very detailed, and we're thrilled to have him here. He's become a new fan of the box. I think he's going to join up and come in once in a while and work with us.
Sounds like he's got a great excuse to spend a lot of time on the golf course.
On the golf course, and now he has an excuse to come to the box and go to the beach. We think that this is a hidden gem in the city of St. Joe, but we don't want it to stay hidden any longer.
It's a beautiful place. It's the Box Factory for the Arts in St. Joseph, Michigan.